Happy Thursday, folks. I'm going to mess with something while I'm talking to you. See the QR code there? I'm going to change it to something else real quick. I'm going to bounce that back and forth. Appreciate you guys being here today. So, we're going to talk today about some continued fuckery. What the fuck, VA, right? Some fuckery that's going on. And I'll continue talking to you about that every day. If you want to hear the more Rumble version of that, I recommend that you head over to Rumble and listen to that over there. I do go live on Rumble 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, and I'm here on YouTube about an hour later with the softer version of it, the more YouTube-friendly version of it. And as you can see from the upper corner of your screen here, hopefully you're seeing the same thing I am, that there is a book coming out for you. First 5 fucks to give for military families, military veterans and families. So this is your book, guys, gals out there. And a new line that I'm starting to use is, in order to get your shit together, you first have to get your kit together. There's a CIA agent out there who has a video that says something about, no matter how badass you are, if you go running out in flippy floppies or bare feet, you ain't gonna fucking last long. So make sure you while you're trying to get your shit together, first get your kit together. So I'm gonna talk to you about kit every single time that I'm out in front of you, okay? Because here's why. And I'm going to give you some real world examples from today that, as you guys know, that there's good, there's evil. Evil doesn't make anything. It only takes from good people who don't know any better and don't do better. And that's the premise of what the fuck VA too, that there's, I mean, you get me going on evil. Again, love what he loves. Our Heavenly Father loves bringing joy to others. I love bringing joy to people, but hate what he hates too. That's evil. And there's some fucking evil out there. And I'm going to show you some examples of it today I was using Chat GPT earlier this morning, trying to tighten up some stuff, which we'll get into. But I just want to let you know, there's a difference between lies and truth, and good and evil, trust, and also the kind of bullshit that's out there, trust and lies. So, or trust and fear is rather better inversion there. That's how my mind works. Go with me, people. We're going to work through this together. So I'm trying to give you the lighter version of this. Again, I throw out some more F-bombs over on Rumble, so please go there if you want to hear my Rumble-y version of that. But yeah, the evil tries to divide and conquer us because, again, evil only takes from good people who allow that to happen. And unfortunately, you guys are allowing it to happen. So I'm going to use some good lines that I, again, guys, I came to faith later in life, so pardon me for not knowing everything out of the Bible. But something I saw recently was that when you hear truth, that is Jesus talking to you. When you hear truth, that is Jesus's voice talking to you. It's pretty powerful. What's the opposite of that? Lies. When you hear lies and deception, who is that from? So that's why the front of the book, by the way, I'm a nice guy, but the front of the book says the brutal truth about the brutal truth, the brutal truth. Okay. Evil, whether you guys want to believe it or not, which, by the way, there's a video that you guys probably heard many times before about, like I don't want to call it a parable, but there's a story of a fence, right? And if you're sitting on the fence, in short, that fence belongs to the devil. You cannot sit on the fence. You have to, thankfully, our Heavenly Father says, align with him and just let everything else go. Let everything else go. Give it to him. You don't need to carry that fucking burden of lies. That's a biblical fight way, but stay in your lane, right? Like we'd say in the military, stay in your lane. You first have to align with our Heavenly Father and know that he has your abundance waiting for you. And yes, you're going to have a bumpy road getting you there. And you cannot sit on the dadgum fence because somebody else owns that fence. And currently, I mean, you guys have free will, so that's the good news too. Like I always tell you guys, good news to follow, but first the bad news. So the bad news is you're being robbed being stolen from, evil's taken from you. Good news is you have free will and you have our Heavenly Father in your corner, and well, not just your corner, fully surrounding you. And you have that ultimate power, but you have to switch it on. You have to turn that on. So, and like I'm telling you today, in order to get your shit together, you have to first get your kit together. So I'm going to talk to you, do that today, and shine some lights on some lies that I was trying to use AI today. And I'm going to talk to you first about, like, again, you guys, every day you're out there Googling, 5,000 of you veterans in the military are Google searching for one item, and that's a VA calculator. So tells me four things immediately. You don't know, you're lost, you're alone, you don't know your next steps, and you don't know who to turn to. But again, I got the solutions for you too. And I'm going to give you all kinds of, I call them hugs, different hugs to get our arms around you. And that's why I say number one is faith. You have to align with faith, because in order to get your shit together, you got to get your kit together. Number two is getting your team. Start working on your team, which I'm going to give you solutions to that and guidance on that. Also, you have to get then chapter 3 is start looking at your finances. You want to be aware of your finances from the beginning, the abundance and fulfillment. But you can't just run outside in your flippy floppies and think it's going to fucking happen. It is not. And you can't just sit on your ass and think it's going to happen just because you are who you are. No. I like cooking shows, by the way, like Top Chef and stuff. And there's a guy who, he's so arrogant because of people he worked for. And even the judges said, well, this is Top Chef, not top who the fuck did you work for? So stop talking about who you worked for. Just do what's right by your for your own, in essence, abundance. And it's amazing how just pride gets in the way of people. And I am a sinner too. So please, I am in no way a stone thrower. Trust me. Trust me on that. I'm a sinner every day. So my point to you guys though is that, so in knowing that little g Google is a machine that you guys are using every day, I wanted to go ahead and so I use AI tools. So just for an example, ChatGPT. I'm not trying to shit on any company today. I'm just saying this is who I used. So I'm working on, as Trevor calls it, the final drafts and reviews of our book. And when I call it our book, it's because it's I put it pen to paper to get it out in front of you, and it's you guys' book. And so we'll talk more about that here in a second. So we're using, my staff and I, we use live documents where we have a shell, and then my staff will put something in there, and then I'll punch it up a little bit, make it a little bit more Alberty. And then even when I do that, I'll go, all right, let me cut that, copy paste it, put it into AI. Hey, chat, make this thing better. Give me three versions of it, and tell me why you ranked them in that order. So AI ends up, by the way, in the working document that I work on, it says in there, because we're working on this bio, my marketing teams out there, they are now putting a lot of ton more of the what the fuck VA stuff, and they're starting on my LinkedIn page. So going from LinkedIn, and then they're going to move outwards from there. So they were asking for some updated bio stuff. So one of the lines I say quite often to you guys is that I, over the past 6 years, have been blessed, my team and I blessed to help you guys. And one of the other words that said something like speed and faith, or faith is number one and speed and other things. There were like 5 different words. I copy paste that, put that into AI and say, give me 3 versions of this, make it punchier for you guys, military and families and veterans stuff. And AI go with me on this. AI in 6 versions removed words like blessed and faith. Isn't that weird? So that inspired me to ask different questions. So I started asking about things that you guys are looking for. So things like, and again, this is ChatGPT. There's probably many AI tools out there that do something very similar, because like somebody said, AI is neither A nor I. It's just a way to search things. But somebody is feeding AI. Somebody's got to create it, feed it. So I don't want you to jump to the conclusions. Here's what I started playing with. I started playing with things that you're asking for. So I asked her for pay charts. I said, hey, VA, show me some VA pay charts. And it was asking, do you want it like for a flyer or something like this? And I said, just show me some info. Show me, pull stuff from the internet and show me what you're seeing. So I said, base it off of the VA disability rating. And you guys, we and our families are used to pay charts. E5, 5 years, family of 4, boom, that's what you get paid. We're used to that. The VA does not have pay charts. So even AI, yes, I'm pointing over here because I got another screen. That's what I was working off of. AI takes that, and what it did was it found some resources from 5 resources, 2 of them being other agencies like mine that are helping veterans out. Those folks created their own pay chart to make better sense, and I wasn't able to zoom into where I could see it clearly, so it's a little blurry. And so accuracy, I don't know. I'm not saying that whether it is or isn't. My point is, it gave me 3 others, and those 3 were from law firms. So none of the five pay charts, VA pay charts, were from the VA. So can I ask you guys a question? Go into VA lies and VA deception and evil's strategy for dividing and conquering. If we are used to pay charts, E5, 5 years, family of 4, why doesn't the VA have accurately depicted, easy to read charts? You guys know it was like land navigation too, right? It's like over, up, here, left, right, down, up, down. Why aren't those there? The short answer is because they don't want to. So then I went, all right, show me some other stuff. Have some pay charts depicting, I asked it some deeper information. Okay, thank you for what you gave me thus far. Now give me pay charts depicting CRSC and SMCS, specifically SMCS. And it created a infographic. And what that infographic is, it is complete and utter blurry, distorted bullshit. You guys seen AI at its simplest, it'll have like a face and it's all demonic looking and shit, right? It's all blurred out, doesn't look like a human. Well, that's what it did to a pay chart. And it said, here's what it is. And I would love to screen share some of this stuff with you, but I just really don't feel comfortable with that right this second. I do that with clients and all that kind of stuff. So I'm happy to share some information in front of them that I don't really need to be out on the old tubes of the you know what I mean? But I'm just trying to show you that there's lies out there. So anyway, then I was like, you know what? I need to look up just a few words. So I asked AI, who is the king of lies? And this is one time that actually told me the truth. It says, king of lies is most often associated with Satan. John 8:44, you belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth. For there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies. Pardon me, guys, I came to faith later on in life, and I don't really read off screens very well. But I hope you get the gist of that. King of lies is mostly associated with Satan. And let's see, it says a couple other words here. Father of lies, representing deception, distortion of truth, and manipulation. Of course, what do you think I typed in next? Who is the king of truth? The king of truth is most often attributed to Jesus Christ. John 14:6, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Absolute moral or divine truth. But in most religious contexts, belongs to Jesus. A line that Jesus said was, when you hear truth, it's my voice. When you hear truth, it's my voice. Guys, again, the front of the book says, the brutal truth. The back of the book says, the top 3 truths we hear from you guys. I don't know what I don't know. I wish I'd known this sooner. I wish I would have done something sooner. So here it is. You guys are asking little g Google, little g government, because little g government's involved in AI. So you're asking the liar to tell you the truth. And I'm not a judgy guy. I'm not a mean guy either. I'm a nice guy. But let me ask you a true question, though. How's that working out for you as far as abundance? I'm not trying to be mean. That sounds mean. That's why I say, guys, you have to align with faith first. You can't just go run out of the house with your little flippy floppies on, no matter how awesome you think you are. You have to align with faith and know that you have to head to your abundance the way that He's offered it to you. And in the way that He's offered it to you, you have to get with the team that does that too. So that's where the book comes in. I saw somebody writing out comments and stuff. I'll have to look at your comments after, maybe. Let's see if I can see. Oh, nice. Nice, Panda. Keep it going. He said he got his 100% a couple years ago because of my guidance. It's awesome. Keep moving, because 100% is, by the way, guys, that ain't the end. By the way, I'd love to screen share with you. So Panda, if you can, go to one of the resources that I'm going to talk to you about, but I want you to go to one of the 2 groups, or actually both the groups, LinkedIn and Facebook. The fastest way to find it is through my website, the fulfilledveteranproject.com. Go there, scroll all the way to the bottom, and there's links to take you over there. 5Fs Nation. Whether you're my clients or not out there, guys, join the 5Fs Nation. And what we do in there is talk truth. So that's why I own the groups. So I can tell you guys good stuff and all that kind of jazz, and make sure you're squared away. Let me remove the comment thing. Let me go back to my style thing so that I can put up in front of you guys something else I was thinking of. So you guys see the book there, right, Panda? See the book up on the screen? Now watch this. I'm going to change it over to a QR code. All right, that QR code takes you directly to this book on Amazon, which is for you guys. Make sure you guys purchase this book, and it's only $10. It is part of, by the way, Panda, appreciate you. And by the way, I'm now looking at some other stuff, so I'm not seeing if you're commenting further or even in the room still. But for you folks out there, in order to get your shit together, you first have to get your kit together. You can't just run out the door in your flippy floppies, no matter who you are. If you're going to participate positively in this biblical fight that we got going on, whether you believe it's real or not, it's real. It's real. Ask yourself one question. Does evil steal from widows? Yep. Well, widows out there, military widows, are you guys getting paid all your money? Nope. Are you getting stolen from? Yep. Is that evil? Yep. Okay. So guys, if you think the good and evil don't exist, you're being fucking lied to. Does that sound like a lie, or does it sound like the truth? If I just go off of that, truth is good exists, evil exists. The lie is, oh, they don't exist, evil, whatever. If you believe that kind of bullshit, then I can't help you. You keep your head in the sand. Okay. Moving on to other people. This is something I'm taking down to, I'll be in Tampa. For those who don't know, I'll be in Tampa starting out next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend. Be down there for Soft Week. And I'm carrying around a bunch of these with the guidance to you guys. And I appreciate, by the way, you know what? Let me pause and say something, because I appreciate Panda. Give me a second. Yep. Awesome. Panda, I'm going to say this to you. I just did this in Rumble, did the same thing. I love when people say nice things to somebody's face, because that's a point of my discussion today too, is that It takes a fuckload more strength to say something good to somebody's face. And I always acknowledge that. When somebody is either like, I'm acknowledging it right now, thank you for saying something, because that proves my point. And if you go back to Rumble an hour ago, you're going to see me talking about that. And I'm doing it right now. So the reason why deadly humans appreciate my help is because I stick to trust and performance. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to fucking do something. I may not be magical at everything, but I'm that's one discipline I've got, is to help you guys out with this, with your fulfillment journey. So I don't want to go on too long about that. I want to make sure I'm saying it to Panda out there, that it takes so much strength to say something nice, especially when you're in the moment. And what's crazy is I have been removed from my account was removed from X, used to be Twitter, now X, not too long ago. I have no idea why, because we were just posting normal stuff every day. Nothing fantastic or fanatical or anything like that. And I was removed from Reddit for trying to stand up for myself, because there's a lot of assholes out there. And I mentioned this in the Rumble video, but there's I went to culinary school years ago because I just want to be able to cook better for my family. And one of my instructors and mentors, he was a successful restaurateur for almost 30 years. And he told me a lot of cool stuff, like be different and better, that kind of stuff. Those still lines I use from him. And he said something else too about that, like getting good reviews is very hard, because people are it's way easier for jerks to be jerks. And you can get one great review and get 200 bad reviews all in the same day. So it's so much easier for people to just talk shit. So much easier, especially when they're not putting themselves out there. I don't know what Panda's name is right this second, and I see some comments coming in. I have to click on the button to see it, so I don't see them right now. Pardon me, but it's just so much easier for people to talk shit behind somebody's back or behind some kind of veil of, especially secrecy, any kind of secrecy. However, I'm on camera all the fucking time in front of my clients. And I know right now I'm talking at you guys, which is uncomfortable for all of us. But what's great is I want to, it's part of my website, part of my process. I want to get out in front of people, which I do, like veteran community outreach, or get out in front of my clients where it ask me tough questions. I'll give you tough answers, but it's all in alignment with what our Heavenly Father wants. Love what he loves and hate what he hates. Love what he loves, which is love the bringing joy to others, which I love bringing joy to others, but hate what he hates. I don't even like the word hate. My kids aren't allowed to say the word hate. You know, when they're wrestling around, I hate you. Nope, I don't like that word. But I hate what he hates. I hate evil stealing from fucking widows. I hate that our nation is allowing you guys to be robbed, and nobody gives a shit. I care. I care enough to be on camera when I'm not camera ready. It's easier to get on camera in front of you guys than it is for me to get on camera in front of clients, because I have to click all kinds of other buttons. So I feel much more comfortable getting on in front of you guys. So let me check the comments, see what's out there. I don't usually try to answer stuff, but I appreciate Panda jumping in. Oh yeah, that's funny. Scotty sent you. Yeah, that's so funny. Very cool stuff. That's cool, man. Stay in contact, definitely. Keep in touch. And that's my point to you guys too, is the evil continues. So you have to, one of the greatest lines ever is that this is your republic if you can keep it. And I think that is shown true, that empires do fall. However, what stays in my book for you guys, the first line, I'm trying to think what the first line is. AI was trying to tell me something like immovable or some shit. I don't know, something weird like that, or unshakable. And I changed it to immovable, that we have our Heavenly Father who is immovable. Everything is through him. He is immovable, not unshakable, immovable. You can't even fucking move him. And in the book, I catch myself doing my stuff. It's your book. In your book, it talks about skiing, downhill skiing, and we've all seen videos of somebody hauling ass down this little bitty. There's all these trees, and there's this one clear, shiny white path, and it's zigging and zagging and hauling ass. When you give yourself to our Heavenly Father, that's what happens. You stop looking at the trees. Of course, you know that they're out there. That's awareness, but that's not fear. Trust, fear. What does he say? Give your fear to him. Get that burden off of you. Stay in your lane. Do what's right for you. Abundance, fulfillment. Panda, again, I love you, man, for saying nice stuff and talking about St. Alban. Make sure you, all of you, join the groups. I'm going to get different hugs around you today. It's so hard to say nice things, and I love when people say nice things. And I always acknowledge that. So I always want to take a pause to acknowledge that. So let me give you guys some hugs here. When I say hugs, it means getting arms around you for positive stuff for our Heavenly Father. On the back of the book, which, by the way, you guys can buy and pre-sale, the QR code right there works, and I hope that worked for Panda over there. On the back of the book, it tells you to do 3 other things. There's going to be a quiz, and I'll give you a checklist too. So the quiz is going to take me a little bit longer to get out there. The quiz is easy. The hard part is that after you guys take the quiz, or when you guys take the quiz, I want to give you guys answers, and it's going to be me doing videos. And I'm going to be in Tampa, by the way, Panda and St. Alban out there. I'm going to be in Tampa, not starting this weekend, but next weekend for Soft Week. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of video shit that I have to do in order for that quiz to work the way that I want it to, for the best for you guys. In the meantime, though, there's a checklist, and that checklist is a live link that when it goes live in the next couple of days for you guys, you're going to know it, because you're going to see it all on the links, on the groups. You're going to see it on all the social posts, stuff like that. And it is for clients and non-clients of mine. And I'm just somewhat calling it the top 10, and it has a little Enya sign, like top 10-ish things that you can do today checklist. Top 10 things to do today checklist. So guys, keep in mind, I know we've got people coming in and out of the room here, and that the checklist helps you get your shit together by getting your kit together first. In order to get your shit together, you have to get your kit together. So I put a checklist out there for you guys to make sure you got your kit together first. You cannot go into a biblical fucking fight with your little flippy floppies on, running out with a sword in your hand and your tidy whities. It ain't gonna fucking work. You have to get section 1 of the quiz talks about faith. You have to align. Section 1 of the checklist talks about getting alignment with our Heavenly Father. Next one talks about, section 2 talks about your team, and then it starts talking about other stuff, and then money. Don't run outside in your daggum flippy floppies. It's not going to work. So in that quiz, I keep saying quiz, checklist, it also gives you links to here are things that you can do today. All of you guys can go to, whether you're a client of mine or not, I own 2 groups. Easiest way to get into the groups are on my website. Scroll all the way down to the bottom, and there's links to go directly to the 5 Destinations groups on LinkedIn and Facebook. You're going to see shit that you never, I'm going to say shit. I want to be clear with my words. You're going to see things that life-changing money that you've earned, pay charts that I've created. You're going to see green bubbles. Focus in on those green bubbles. Why are they green? You have to be 100% permanent and total for those to be maximized. You have to be 100% permanent total in order to maximize those for you. I guide you guys. I've been doing this for 6 years and delivered over $10 billion to deadly humans. And when I'm in the room with deadly humans, like Panda, they don't yell at me and cuss at me online or whatever. They come up and give me hugs. I had a MARSOC dude crying on my shoulder at the airport down in Florida a couple weeks ago. I know you guys are hurting, and I'm part of the, I won't call it the rescue team, but the team to take you to a higher level of care. All right. I care enough to tell you that. So again, truth. And where does truth come from? Okay. We're on the same page. Further in the checklist, what else we got? I'm trying to think, because I'm not reading off of it right now. Usually I have it out in front of me, but let's see what else is in the checklist. It tells you if you're older like me, even if you're a part-timer in uniform, that you can get your back pay clock started using a video that's on my website. Guys, engage with each other. If the enemy has, which they do, teams and teams and teams of people stealing from you, that is people and entities, demons, shooting, moving, and communicating against you. And if you want a visual of evil, are any widows out there, military widows, getting paid all their money? Are they getting big ass checks? Hey, sorry for your husband's death. Here's a fuckload of money. Spend it wisely. Any of them getting that? Nope. Why not? Because evil does shit like that. Evil has teams of people confusing you. You need a team of good people in your corner. And that's why I got these groups and I own those groups. And the reason why I say own those groups is because I want to make sure that they are crisp and clear of love what he loves, hate what he hates, love what he loves, bring joy to others, hate what he hates, evil. So we can have hard conversations, but they have to be based in reality and truth. If you're being a jerk in the room, there's plenty of internet somewhere else. I will have you removed. That's why I say I control the groups. You're going to see pay charts in there, things that you've never seen anywhere. And when I share those things with you guys, everybody, like, you guys' heads flip back so fast, you're like, fuck you. I have to like put my hand up behind your head so you don't get whiplash. It's bad. When you finally learn what's true, it's insane what hits you guys. All right, guys, this has been actually longer than what I was expecting. So, geez, give you some other things you can do. QR code that's up in the corner there for people that are just now seeing that. That takes you to my book that's out there on Amazon. Give me a second to change that back to the book. There's the book. Make sure you guys go and purchase that. If you see the cover out there floating around, make sure you guys are liking, share, subscribe. That is on Amazon. It's for pre-sale right now. We're doing the final reviews with editing and all that kind of stuff. It has to be up on Amazon before I even go to Tampa here in the next week and a half. Now, what Amazon does with that in their timeline, I don't know. I don't control Amazon, but on the back of the book is that QR code. And I'm going to take these around with me everywhere I go now. These empty covers, or I guess you'd say empty covers, so I can hand them out to folks and let you guys know what this is really about. Get me in front of your people as well. Help. I call it veteran community outreach. I know you guys have coffee groups. You've got Salesforce has VetForce. Get me in front of VetForce. Get me in front of your people. Help me help them be a part of this. You guys have to help each other. We have failed at doing that. It's costing our nation over 20 million of us alive right now. That's over $100 billion a month. It is not going where it's supposed to go. We're supposed to take care of those who take care of us, and we're failing them. We're failing each other, which is a failing business model. We cannot succeed if we're not taking care of each other. And we have to take care of that next generation, those behind us. We can't leave them a big bag of fucking shit, which is right now what's exactly what it is. Dan Bongino on one of his last videos said that somebody out there knows $1 trillion something. And I'm like, oh, that's me. I know about it. And that's just VA money. I haven't even gotten to talk about VA healthcare. Get me started on that. So anyway, get me in front of DOGE. Try as hard as you can. Somebody's always one person away from something. Get me in front of everybody that you possibly can, where I'd love to have two-way comms. I know right now I'm talking at you and it's uncomfortable for all of us. I love being in rooms where I get to talk about the truth and reality. Get me in front of your people. Help me help all of them too. All right, guys. Appreciate the length today. The reason why I went longer for those who just came in the room is actually I had some good comments and from one of my previous clients, and he was talking about somebody else in the room too. So awesome stuff. Appreciate you guys. All right, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.